Yo, what's up guys, it's C. Classic COD. God, I love classic COD. Old Call of Duty was just better. OG Call of Duty was the best. What happened? Like, I'm still playing Black Ops 1 in 2025. God, I wish COD was good. Currently, Call of Duty in its current state is just a shell of its former glory. And if you're lucky enough to experience and game in the golden era of Call of Duty and gaming in general, because you guys have to remember, on the Xbox side, they had Halo and Gears of War that was really popping off. Halo 3 released in September 25th, 2007. Modern Warfare 2 was released in November 10th, 2009. Black Ops 1 released November 9th, 2010. And Black Ops 2 released in November 13th, 2012. Let's just say the golden era was around 2007 to 2013. I think that's a good little time bracket. So what exactly makes classic Call of Duty so much better than modern? And this is not going to be a completely biased, maybe it is biased because I grew up playing the older ones, but I have put a good amount of hours into both. And I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on what makes each of them work, what makes them good and what makes them bad games. My favorite Call of Duties of the modern age are probably the new Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and I don't really like the new Black Ops. Just because the diving mechanics are a little bit too much for me, and I don't feel as very comfortable. I just miss the community. I feel like that was a Chemical X in the Powerpuff Girls recipe, you know, back in the day. One of the biggest reasons for this culture change, the atmosphere, everything feeling different, is back in the day, there were no disbanding lobbies, or SBMM, like there is now. Back in the day, back in my day, I don't know, sounds crazy saying that, honestly. Back in my day, jeez, I'm getting old. People would form friendships and even rivalries. Talk smack between rounds and matches for hours, if they wanted to, as long as the server didn't disband or the host didn't leave. I honestly think having lobbies that stay together was an integral part of what made Call of Duty fun, what made it social. Over the time, I think people forgot, or the developers forgot, why it actually blew up in the first place. They're not nurturing the foundations of just the social aspects of the video game. People were playing Michael Myers, people were playing Infected on their own accord on private servers or private lobbies. People made their own fun. We don't need SBMM. And by the way, SBMM means skill-based matchmaking. And if you don't know what that is, don't worry. I think you should educate yourself because you should know how they're manipulating your games and your playtime. There's plenty of videos online that can explain it to you more in depth, but the base gist of it is you basically get matched with people the same skill as you. If you perform very well in a game, the system puts you in a match where the odds are systematically against you. It's designed for retention. I think this is the main reason COD will not return to its former glory. Back in the day, you would just join a random game, a random lobby. You either get stomped out or destroy the enemy team. It was random. Your teammates were random. Sometimes you had bad teammates, sometimes you had good teammates. But it was always random and it was fun. One of the core principles was, if you were a good player, you could carry. And you could do relatively well in any lobby. Because you were just a good player. You could outplay people, you could position. In modern Call of Duties, how you do is determined by the system. They reward you with easy games and hard games, depending on how well you did the last match. But yes, this is the reason why lobbies no longer stay together after a match and are disbanded immediately. You can see it now. I think most people now just hop on Discord or party chat with their own friends on Steam and don't even talk in the lobbies anymore. And I think if you're an actual competitor, if you like gaming and you want to prove you're the best, and I'm not talking about some cheap, there's some people on this earth who they'll cheat, they'll hack in the game and they'll feel good about it. Those people are losers, let me tell you that. I'll just tell you my own mentality. The only way I can take a win is knowing that they are at 100%. That is just a warrior mentality. You know what I mean? I won't feel good about artificial games that I did good or artificial games that I did bad. I want my skill to be undeniable. I don't want it to be fabricated. And I think if you are a person who really enjoys competition, video games, you'll understand what I mean. You don't want any type of outside variables, you just want it to be fair. Or as fair as it can be. And that's what really gives you the satisfaction as the win. If you can relate, then I think you understand exactly what I mean. But there are people who would take the win if their opponent like had an injured ankle or leg or something. With the disbanding lobbies in SBMM, you really lose any chance or sense of getting better, even creating rivalries or friends. It's all gone. Just all disappearing into the ether, never to be seen again. Man, you truly had to live through it. It was a different time. Everyone started getting mics, it was a new technology, shooters popped off. People of all ages were willing to engage, meet, talk with people. I remember countless late nights in the search and destroy lobbies, laughing, having such a great time, spectating my friends, trolling, and getting better, learning angles, learning the map. And don't get me wrong, I know I've been bashing the newer Call of Duties. Like I said, I've played a good amount. Like I've put at least 30 hours into Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2. I think that's a good amount of time. So there are definitely positives about it. Like, it's modern, it's more crispy and clean for sure. I actually really enjoy the flow. I can't lie, sliding feels nice and has a good rhythm. Everything is just modern as it should be. It's been 10 years, everything should be smoother, everything should be 60 FPS, everything should be clean, animations should be crispy. But that's not what makes a good Call of Duty. And I think we've learned that. And I think we've seen that over the years. In older CODs, I don't think a new player could just pick it up, position, do angles, control recoil, learn spawns. They all have to be learned. And in the new CODs, I've been killed by noobs who just had lucky aim so many times or spawned behind me because the maps are all messed up. And don't get me wrong, you can definitely outplay people. It's just the game is built around you having a 1 KD. There's more ways to die, there's less ways to control the map. Like in Black Ops 1, if you ever see my gameplay, sometimes I'm going, 14-0, 32-1, or maybe 27-3, right? They have a hard time finding me. But in the newer CODs, it's kind of inevitable with the maps. You can't really use your brain as much. I feel like the gameplay is just more simplified. Anyone could accidentally kill a top player. Back then, the skill gap mattered a lot. I think one of the big things that contributed to how good the old Call of Duties, how good the old CODs flowed, and how beloved the maps are. Like, you can see the old Call of Duty map from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 2, they're all getting remastered for the new Call of Duties. Why is that? It's obvious they can't make any better maps than these 3-lane pieces of trash. Think about it. Firing Range or Hanoi on Black Ops 1. Big enough to work the map, you can get behind lines, you can suppress, you can turn into a ghost. Like, I shouldn't be able to bunny hop, slide to the ends of the map in the first 30 seconds. Like, some maps I can actually do that in Modern Warfare 2. I can go all the way to their spawn in less than a minute. The old CODs were less lane-based and more varied in design, of course. More horizontal design, more angles, more sightlines, more places to camp. Of course, this led to more campers. But I noticed playing the new CODs after a while, it felt like I was playing more of a Twitch shooter. And me facing someone in a gunfight in one of the 3 lanes that they designed. No outplaying someone, no shooting them from the back, or from the side, or from the top. Everything is just too straightforward, where it's designed for you to not dominate completely. There are just less chances to outmaneuver. And don't get me wrong, you can, it's just a lot harder, and it's not natural. I feel like I really have to try. Plus, the main reasons why it was so effective in the old Call of Duties were at least the spawns were not the best, but they weren't so close where I feel like half the spawns are revenge spawns, where I get shot from the back or 2 people spawn behind me. At least they were predictable in the old CODs. At least they made sense. I think another big element of what makes a good Call of Duty memorable is the guns. I actually really like the new gen Call of Duties, like I said. Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2 guns, and even Modern Warfare, I think the first Modern Warfare 2019 came out. The guns are super satisfying and smooth. Crisp. Weapons, animations, super sleek. You can even do those nice weapon inspects, which honestly I love. But even though, you can't deny the sound and design of the FAMAS from BO1, the Galil, the intervention from Modern Warfare 2. The point is, you could hear all of the guns I just mentioned, right? That's what makes a game memorable. I can still hear those guns. And I'm not trying to diss the new CODs, right? I told you I love the animations and everything. But I genuinely cannot think of a distinct sounding gun. They all kind of blend in together. And I think sound design is an extremely underrated part of game design. Man, just speaking about all this, I know I've been ranting, but this is just for all my love for the old Call of Duties. I grew up with them, and I'm sure you guys have too. It has a special place in my heart. The memories and friends that I've made, the laughter, the anger, those are all memories that will stick with me in a time that I don't think can ever be replicated. And I think all of you guys that had the opportunity to be alive at this special, specific point in time to play this video game, just like me, we all share a certain bond, a certain memory, and I'm really glad I experienced it when I did. These memories are truly priceless, and I will always love classic Call of Duty. Well, It's 2025, and I'm still playing old Call of Duty. In the current time of making this video, Black Ops 6 is out, and Black Ops 7 is the next one that was just announced. And that's honestly crazy to me. How are we on the 7th Black Ops? Personally, I think the last good one was 4, and the last great one was 2. Black Ops 1 and 2 being the best, 3 for zombies, and 4, personally, I thought it was pretty fun for competitive, but you had to use like the VMP, and after that, they haven't really captured my interest the same way. Well, anyways, this was just a video of me reminiscing about the old CODs, some nostalgia, so just some of my thoughts on the current state of Call of Duty, what I think changed, what I think made the old CODs fun, and I hope you guys just enjoyed going through a little bit of a nostalgia trip. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one.